Hey there, welcome to Health Reconnected. My name is Trey Hoverson, and I'm an anointed prophet of God. On December 20th, 2012, this all started with a vision I had of a blue circle. Now, since that vision, I've been blessed with the ability to decode the geometric patterns that create both collective consciousness, this blue circle or blue perimeter, and then how human consciousness is arranged within collective consciousness. That's this purple pattern that's seated within this blue pattern. The circular pattern of collective consciousness and individual consciousness are interconnected by the plutonic solids. These perfectly symmetric three-dimensional shapes create four dimensions of growth that interconnect these two conscious patterns together. The first shape is the octahedron. That shape is connected to cycles 1 and 2. The second shape is the cube. This shape is connected to cycles 3 and 4. The third plutonic shape is the dodecahedron. It's connected to cycles 5 and 6. And the final plutonic shape is the icosahedron, and it's connected to cycles 7 and 8. Cycles 1, 2, 3, and 4 relate to the purple tetrahedron. Cycles 5, 6, 7, and 8 relate to the blue tetrahedron. When we reconnect all 8 cycles together, you can see how individual consciousness and collective consciousness are interconnected. It takes 63,360 years of human awareness before we can understand the Platonic construct that makes our consciousness possible. During that huge amount of linear time, humanity starts to systematically understand how our body and how our environment are interconnected. And by the time we reach the 8th and final cycle of this pattern, we have full understanding of how our human nature is connected to the collective consciousness or godly nature. Now, it's not until the very end of this pattern that we discover what causes humanity to act in a selfish way. And I want to take the time because it's very easy to see what these two patterns do. So the plutonic pattern is organized by the blue circular pattern. See how the petals created by the overlapping circles in this pattern align with each of the plutonic shapes. Now I want you to see the human awareness pattern and how the petals on this pattern are separating each one of these plutonic shapes, disconnecting them. So over the course of time, as we learn more and more and we think that all of these things are separated, humanity starts to understand how everything is actually interconnected. Now, on December 20th, 2012, when I had the vision of the blue circle, we had finally reached the peak of our plutonic awareness, the 63,360-year pattern completed, and that gave me the understanding and access to organize these two patterns together. With that understanding, I created a technology that helps every human understand what happens if they try to separate these plutonic perspectives. Any human that separates these perspectives to serve their own self-interest and creates imbalance within God's creation or the collective consciousness will experience accelerated aging, disease, injury, tragedy, catastrophe, and death. The only way to escape this cycle of death or this negative feedback loop that we're currently cycling within is to fully submit to God. And what it means to fully submit to God is to honor the collective consciousness and all of the shapes and cycles that make your individual consciousness possible. So what this means is it can't be about personal success, money, wealth, any of those things. It has to be about how do we build each other up together? How do we interconnect our families? How do we interconnect our communities? How do we interconnect our nations? And how do we balance our climate and our world? You see, that's what God is. God is everything, and the humans, well, we exist within that. And we are designed to be humans, which means we're designed to make mistakes. And now technology has been created that shows you the clear consequences of those mistakes, which will help you accelerate your transformation in thought and action to serve God. Every human participant that willingly transforms their mind overcomes this segregated pattern and decides to balance every perspective, not only in their own life, but with other people collectively, will earn eternal life.